Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Atlanta Falcons today. We're going to jump into a 4th of July weekend mailbag here via our subscribers. And 1 second first, what are your weekend plans? You guys have anything fun planned for your 4th of July weekend? I'm in Atlanta. A lot of you guys probably are too. It's supposed to rain this weekend, but if it doesn't, hanging out with friends, doing some grilling, Stranger Things Part 2. I mean, that's been crazy, by the way. Make sure you guys give me your weekend plans down below in the comments section and be a subscriber to be a part of, hopefully, next week's mailbag video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, our first subscriber question comes from International Super Spy, who says, #Falcons, I really like the DeAngelo Malone pick this year. What kind of impact do you expect from him to have? You know, Malone's an interesting character, and he's very much overlooked. You talk about the Falcons media, it's Ebby Katie, nonstop, 24/7. But Malone is, to me, the icing on the cake of this draft. And let me explain that, because a lot of people consider Desmond Ridder icing on the cake because you didn't think he'd be there in round 3 and you got him for a discounted price. Malone is a guy who has no pressure this year. There's no pressure on DeAngelo Malone to actually perform because Ebby Katie's in front of him. If Ebby Katie struggles, we're going to freak out. Like, oh my gosh, this guy's a waste of a draft pick. If Malone doesn't, or Malone struggles and doesn't play very well, we'll be like, oh, he was a 4th round draft pick, give him time. And so if he gives you something this year, that's icing on the cake. You're going to have a lot more production from a guy that you don't expect a lot of production from. 4th, 5th, 6th round pass rushers are always very weird. They always have something that's either, not wrong with them. It sounds weird, but they're either too slow, they don't bend well, they have a serious injury in the past, but a lot of them can eventually become good pass rushers. And so, much like a lot of other 3rd, 4th, 5th round draft picks, you can't judge a book by its first year cover. You can't freak out if he does struggle this year. But year 2, year 3, it's like, all right, well, are you going to be a productive member of our defensive line or not? So figure it out. But to me, especially this rookie year with this defensive line, he has a lot of potential to play. He's going to get plenty of snaps on the outside, and I think that eventually, hopefully a couple of years down the line, he can be, like I said, a functioning member of this defensive line. But if he gets 3 or 4 sacks this year, that's good enough for me. It's kind of 1 sack for each round that he was kind of not picked in until the 4th round. So I hope he plays well this year, but I haven't heard anything crazy about him during OTAs, but we'll see what happens during training camp. We'll cover it here, as we always do, on the channel. Add a break pin comment down below. Who leads the Falcons in sacks this year? Who is it? This is going to be fascinating. I don't know if we actually know who's going to lead the Falcons in sacks in 2022. Could be Carter, could be Ebby Katie, maybe Malone, although I don't think so. I don't think Grady Jarrett, because he's not going to get a lot of sacks overall. Who leads the Falcons in sacks? Let me know down below right now. Let's go with Campaign Poppy3X, who says, in terms of next offseason, I think we pull the trigger on a young quarterback and move on from Desmond Ridder if we finish in the top 5 of the draft in 2023. No, not a chance. There's no way you could know enough about Ridder in 1 year to already move off of him. However, it will be interesting to see what they do if the Falcons have a top 5 pick and these quarterbacks are there, which they're going to be, right? We've gone through this list of the top 4 quarterbacks that we project to be at the top of the list right now, and this will change because, somewhere someone always balls out more of their final season in the in college football and gets vaulted up draft boards. It happens every single year. But, let's talk about Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. These are the 2 guys that you will have a hard time passing over if you're a top 5 pick in the Atlanta Falcons. Now, you can look at Tyler McKee, Stanford, or Will Levis out of Kentucky, although I don't see it. But the odds of you, like I said, knowing everything you need to know about Desmond Ridder in year 1 is a little bit far-fetched. I think that there's obviously an argument if you think Bryce Young is the Heisman Trophy winner, he throws 45 touchdowns at Alabama, wins the national championship game, maybe you can't pass up on him. Maybe he's the next great quarterback in the National Football League. But there's no way that, Ridder's going to play enough this year to go, oh, Ridder stinks, we need a new quarterback. And plus, you're not going to get rid of him after 1 year. He's on that rookie deal, and no one's going to trade for him. Like, you basically are kind of bought into Ridder for at least the next 2, maybe 3 years. It is a debate. It will be difficult to pass on a guy like Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, but I'd be very, very surprised if, 1, the Falcons are in the top 5. I think they're probably in the top 12 in terms of draft picks, 5, 6, 7 wins, whatever it is. And 2, I like Ridder. I think Ridder's going to be a good player in the National Football League. He just probably needs a little bit of time to, kind of figure things out and get up to speed in terms of the National League quarterback play. Okay, would you guys take a quarterback with top 5 pick next year? If you're in that situation, would you do it? If you would, type Y down below for yes. If you would not, go ahead and type N down below for no. Okay, Cloud Wayne says, what do you think our defense will look like this year? Last couple of years, we have been at the bottom of the list, and I would really see a top 10 defense this year. Well, I would too, but this is not a top 10 defense. They would have to overperform and get a lot of production from young players like Epi Katie, young players, obviously like Richie Grant and Jalen Hawkins, Troy Anderson. Like, there's a lot of young talent on this team. If they go above and beyond, then yes, like this can be a top 10 defense. But the odds of them being top 10 are very slim. I think top 15 is kind of the goal right now. I think the hope is they're 14th best in the National Football League. They're 15th best. They're 16th best, right? That, to me, is what you have to absolutely hope that they turn out to be. Because anything below 20, there's no way they win 8 games, right? If they're a top 15 defense, there's a chance they could go ahead and win 8 games. It's just still a little bit of a difficult ask. But let's understand what we have in this defense. You have a lot more talent than you've had in the past, but it is extremely young. And it's very, very young, very, very raw. You don't know if Anderson's going to be good. You don't know if Jalen Hawkins is going to be good. You don't know if Katie's going to be good. Like, you just don't know. And so once we know, we'll be able to fully determine how good or bad this defense is. But as it currently stands, I think they at least have the talent to be a top 15 defense, and every Falcon fan should hope that they'll be right there in between 10 and 15, because that means they're a lot better than they have been the past couple of years. Okay, we're a lot better than we were just this past month, and we're growing very fast here on the channel. If you guys want to stay up to date with the latest Falcons news and rumors, be sure to subscribe down below for plenty more content. As we do stuff almost every single day here on the channel. Way more than national media stuff, way better than blogs that you read. I mean, this is some good stuff here on the channel. If you guys like the Falcons, you want to be a part of future Falcon stuff, go down below and subscribe. You will not be disappointed. Okay, Eric Spear says, this might be a hot take. Okay, well, I like those. But I think Allegier is the running back 2 option over Damien Williams in next season. Thoughts? I think so. I think as you look at this running back depth chart, you put Patterson 1 because he's listed as a running back, but I think this is Tyler Allgeier's really position to lose. Like, these are his reps to be taken away from him. Right now, I would give Allegier the majority of the snaps. I think that I don't say he's earned it, but he looks like he's really, fitting the mold of what you want in Arthur Smith rushing attack. Damien Williams is very much a 2 or a 3, like in terms of an overall running back depth chart. I'd be shocked if he vaults up and leads the Falcons in total carries in 2022. So I'm a big Allegier guy. I think he's one of those later round running backs you see come out of the draft every single year who plays well. And I mean, I don't know if he plays well enough to eventually get a future massive contract like Zeke Elliott did or Dalvin Cook did, but I do think he's going to be productive, and I'm a big fan of Allegier as well, and I think that he will be the true running back, because Liam Patterson's not a true running back. He'll be the true running back who gets the most carries this year, as long as he stays healthy. Okay, 40% off. Today only. 2-pack polo. It's literally today only. It's a 4th of July weekend sale for you guys here. If you guys like the t-shirts on your screen, if you need to update your t-shirt game, go down below or go to the link in our description box, chatsports.com/Falcons Polo. The polo set is 40% off. These polo t-shirts look absolutely fantastic. I guess not polo t-shirts, they're polos, but they're still short sleeves, so t-shirts, whatever. The polos are 40% off, and polos are expensive, so jump on this deal right now. You get both of the ones you see on your screen, in any size that is still available, because they will go quickly, and they're 40% off, and they're all authentic. Chatsports.com/Falcons Polo. Jump on this right now. You will not be disappointed. Okay, Fade Phoenix, last one here, says, with the current abysmal situation that is our offensive line, why did we not attack it more? Why did we not attack it more during our offseason or free agency? I don't know. I realize we have other needs. It just looks very bleak on the line. Thanks. I don't know if I'd say it's abysmal. I think the Falcon offensive line has issues. I think it's definitely not top 10 in the National Football League, but much like the defense, I think it can outperform kind of the expectation. Now, it does depend on a lot of these position groups. Is Mayfield better at left guard? Does he face competition? Is Hennessy better at center? Does he face competition? Is McGarry better at right tackle? Does he face competition? If they get the most out of this line, if they squeeze just super hard and wring that towel that is the starting 5, I think that they can be productive. And now, there's no more statue Matt Ryan, sitting in the pocket and taking sacks. You have some mobility, whether it's Ridder or Marcus Mariota. And I think the competition is very, very key here. I'm looking at a guy like Matt Hennessy, who was the heir apparent to Alex Mack, who's like, oh, for sure going to be the next center for the next 10 years, didn't play very well last year. To the point that Drew Dahlman, a rookie kind of guard hybrid center, took some snaps away from him and is taking snaps away from him at OTAs at Flowery Branch. I think this is the position battle at center to really watch. The best player is going to win, obviously, but the best player is going to have a chance to make this offensive line a lot better than people think it's going to be. I don't see it being abysmal. I see it being mediocre, and mediocre is better than where it's been the past couple of years. All right, we'll end with this question. Grade the Falcons' offensive line A, B, C, D, or F. What do you think? How do you scale the Falcons' O-line? Give me your answer and thoughts down below right now in the comments section. Of course, be a part of next week's mailbag video as we wrap up today by using the hashtag Falcons in the comments section. That's how you get your question to be seen by me, because that's how I find the questions. I kind of do a Control F search for hashtag Falcons. So go down below and ask your question. And of course, you got to be a subscriber to be a part of that. We say it every single week, so just hit the subscribe button. You're not going to be disappointed. We do good stuff here, trust me. So subscribe down below. All right, there you go. There's your 4th of July weekend Falcons mailbag video. Plenty more content happening next week, so stay tuned for that. For Atlanta Falcons today, Thomas Mott signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.